Right, so for anyone joining up now, I'll mention it as we go along, but we've got two channels, live questions and Bitspawn AMA questions. So feel free to double check either one of those. We've got information in both. I did do an interview with eGods, who is Eric, the CEO of Bitspawn, and that was about 6 weeks ago, I think 25th of September. Eric, we'll go through some of the basics just for the people watching
Yeah,
this new video. If you want to introduce yourself and your team of Bitspawn.
yeah. My name's Eric Godwin. I'm the founder of Bitspawn. Been in the blockchain space since around 2015. Bitspawn's been around since the beginning of 2020. We started out as a tokenized esports platform based on Ethereum, and then mid 2020 to the end of 2020, we switched over to Solana and have become a GameFi protocol on Solana. Some of the other co-founders include Reese Bullinger, Lucas Kamendoulis, and Alex Land.
So you've come across to Solana. Did you say that was 2020? Just to double check.
Yeah. End of 2020.
So
Um,
I've linked the websites and stuff for people to have a look, but it's fairly quiet. You guys have been building for the last obviously the last 12 months on Solana, but it's starting to hot up a little bit more now as well as you guys try to transfer into Solana gaming, the blockchain side of things.
yes, especially NFT gaming. We're making that transition now. Um, the core beta platform was mostly traditional esports, tokenizing that. But yeah, we're moving full steam ahead into NFT gaming for 2022. We have our own actual Bitspawn NFT collection, the first collection releasing in the coming weeks here. So we're working diligently on that.
Ah, that's news. I wasn't aware of that. That's cool. So when was the NFT? When were you guys going to do that again? Sorry.
So the original plan was for 2022 to roll out not only our NFT collections but also our gaming NFT marketplace. So that is what we're working towards. We're looking to have some announcements here shortly about the actual mint for our first collection, and following that collection release, we'll be launching our marketplace. The purpose of the marketplace is to provide gaming specific NFTs that have intrinsic benefits for both within the Bitspawn ecosystem as well as any partnered games that we're with. One of our partners is Cryowar, which had a very successful launch just a couple days ago, and we're partnering with them to provide some innovative tools on the competitive side as well as intrinsic benefits for their NFT items and integrate them into our marketplace.
Oh, so you're going to actually act as the marketplace for Cryowar and joining games for
Yeah,
future games that come
yeah,
along.
not just Cryowar, but some of the other partners we're going to collaborate with as well as ourselves. We'll be creating NFTs, and the second stage of the marketplace is to allow anyone to really contribute and create their own collections that'll have intrinsic benefits. What I mean by that is they'll have things such as increased rewards and spawn or other tokens, discounts on entry fees to events, exclusive access to events, redeemable for digital and physical goods. So we're looking forward to that, and it's all going to be based around gaming NFTs. So we're not going to be just a standard marketplace that is for any and all NFTs. It'll be specifically for gamers.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit. I definitely want to come into Cryowar because that's huge.
Yeah,
It was kind of funny back in September we talked and we were talking about the Solana games and I mentioned Cryowar on the video and it was pretty awesome to get that down the track and find you guys at the end of October announce that. So it was a bit of a guess by me at that stage, but when you say you want to gamify, let's get a bit of an explanation for the crowd and people rewatching the video down the track of how you plan on doing that for on Bitspawn towards both traditional and the new blockchain games.
yeah. So on the traditional side with esports and regular video games, we want to allow players to monetize their experiences, whether through their competitive abilities or their social capabilities. What I mean by that is they can compete directly for, say, prize pools from events, climbing ladders and leaderboards to access prize pools provided by Bitspawn, provide liquidity to gaming events, which is essentially lending out assets to gaming communities that want to build up, say, their own leagues and run events. You can lend money there and make interest. And then as an actual organizer and team creator, you can earn income by managing teams or managing events. So as well as if you're a sponsor or brand, you can get involved that way as well. But from the participatory side, it's from your competitive abilities as well as just actively playing games. You don't have to be really great at them. As long as you play enough, you'll be able to earn. And then also from participating in growth and on the community side as well as the event side, you can earn there. But on the NFT side, the way we're gamifying it is with the individual NFT items providing the intrinsic benefits, which can then actually be lent out to other players within the marketplace if you're say you're not using them at the current time. So it really incentivizes people to collect the NFTs because each NFT that has an intrinsic benefit, it can be used by someone else, and you can lend that NFT out and its intrinsic benefit through the marketplace. And we have another partnership we're working on here shortly that we're going to be announcing, collaboration with that to do all the blockchain integration and data feeds for that marketplace for the lending.
So then, if you're saying I'm just trying to work out whether I can get the alpha out of that, so it's obviously it's not
Yeah.
going to be Cryowar. Is this going to be another game then, or is it going to be something like one of your marketplaces potentially that are already operational?
It's going to be a protocol, a DeFi protocol that's building on Solana that we're going to be working with for the lending, NFT lending part. The alpha for this, you could say, is say you participate in a tournament, you win the prize pool, and contained within the prize pool, aside from regular tokens, is an NFT, say a Bitspawn branded NFT that gives you increased staking rewards for Bitspawn tokens. If you don't want to use those staking rewards for yourself, you can actually loan that NFT out on a marketplace for say a 90-day window to someone else who would want to use those staking rewards, and you can earn from that. Or if it's say a physical or digital good that is associated with the NFT and you don't want to redeem it, you could either lend or sell the NFT to someone who will then go and redeem it for the good.
It's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting with Cryowar and potentially other games starting to fire up. Obviously, you guys would have your foot on the pulse a little bit more. Do you see much happening before the end of the year aside from Cryowar? Do you think there's going to be many other games
Um,
coming out this year?
so with Cryowar, our initial engagement there as part of the first stage of the partnership is to get a Bitspawn branded arena within Cryowar and facilitate their competitive gaming environment for their initial phase of, I guess, esports. Our initial NFT phase is going to be separate from that, but as Cryowar grows and produces their NFT items and collections, we'll integrate them willingly into our NFT marketplace when the time comes.
Do we have a? We actually have Cryowar coming in on stage Wednesday night, so Wednesday Australian night time that is. So that'll be the American morning. Um, I'm still not completely up to date with their launching, but are they going to be going for? Is it public knowledge? Are they going for gameplay in November? Is that where we're looking at?
I'm not entirely sure with their timelines.
No,
I
that's
can't
all
I
right.
can't
That's all right.
confirm that.
That's cool. We'll try and get that on Tuesday, Wednesday night. That is. So I mean, they look, a game that's been producing for over 3 years. I've done a deep dive video on that, and the gameplay footage that we've seen is amazing. Three characters, and the style of game. So you guys are aiming to supply an arena for that. Do you want to talk a little bit about the team's background in esports, just to give people a bit of an idea about your own personal backgrounds and your team's background? And the capabilities you guys will be able to deliver esports to the crowds.
Yeah, so the main myself, Reese, and Lucas are the main gamers on the team. We have a background in the late 2010 or sorry, early 2010s and mid 2000s of competing in amateur level esports. We're not pros by any means, but we've used a lot of the solutions out there. So Reese and Lucas, their main domain was Counter-Strike Source and CS:GO. My domain was more the Call of Duty and Halo, Halo 3 and Modern Warfare 2 back in 2007 and 2012 is really when I competed. But currently, we all participate and still play in tournaments for mostly games like Warzone right now. And we utilize a lot. We used to utilize a lot of the different legacy solutions out there for online esports, and we noticed a real lacking of benefit to the end user. It was all controlled by the organizers, and the platform really had the final say. And things such as being paid out or being able to really monetize your time was lacking. And there's a huge space for play to earn to grow. And with Web3 and blockchain, it seemed like a logical solution to build a esports and competitive gaming platform on there. Uh, with the purpose of putting the value back in the hands of the players and giving their ownership to them, and not so much the platform and the organizers. Sorry, the brands and sponsors. But yeah, that's about our gaming background.
And I notice on your tournaments on your Bitspawn.gg page, you've got a Red Panda Invitational coming up next week, is it?
Yeah, we have a CS:GO event for them.
So you still find, I mean, obviously here at Grape we do some live events and stuff as well, and we find it's hit and miss on some of them, but Warzone is super popular. Counter Strike's still very popular as well. So do you have a rough idea how many entries you've got into that? And when you say invitational, so people watching on stage now and potentially watching the video, how would they go about joining into this?
Yeah, so the Red Panda Invitational is part of the Red Panda community. So it has to do with their NFT holders and their community. The event specifically, we're looking to get around 100 people for that event. Um, but for those interested, you'd have to, I think there's a sort of registration process to kind of follow the Bitspawn, or sorry, the Red Panda community and participate with them beforehand of actually getting into the tournament. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, so 100,000 spawn tokens prizes for people listening now. You can go and check the pools are available on Radium. Radium
yeah,
slot, you can check the permissionless pools. It's about $1,400 worth of prizes. So I mean that's some decent coin for playing computer games in itself. I'm guessing you guys have got that tiered out for the top few placings.
yes. It's a decently sized prize pool for the event that they want to put on.
Yeah, it's super cool to be able to be able to play games that we enjoy. And there is a request to join just on the website there, guys. So you can go and see that at bitspawn.gg. Shall we talk a little bit about your coin, your spawn token? So that's available on Radium Swap, and I noticed there was someone else, Kato. You did a link up with Kato recently, and you've
Yep.
jumped on their decks as well.
Yeah, our CR market is for the our USDC pair is live on a few Solana dexes. So Kato, we have Soul Ape, and Aldrin is the other one. So the market is live across all those three. We'll be adding more dexes as the time goes along.
And how have you found? There's still a lot of arbitrage chance to be able to get in there. I just had a look this morning for a little bit of research. The coin's sitting at about 1.3 cents on Radium, but you're getting zero point 0.7 of a cent on Uniswap. So is there enough supply on Solana at the moment, or it's just not really super needed?
So there's enough supply, but it's due to our token longs for our ecosystem and community and liquidity. We're subject to those. So the Solana supply will continue to unlock, but there's quite a decent amount of liquidity. We just added more liquidity to Radium actually over the past week, but we'll continue to add there as our token holders are growing a lot on Solana, and currently we're split 50-50 in terms of token supply, 1 billion on Ethereum and 1 billion on Solana. But on our platform, we'll be releasing our internal bridge shortly, which is essentially just allowing users to deposit both ERC20 and SPL spawn directly into their Bitspawn wallets, and they can withdraw either. So once that bridge goes live, you'll have a clean avenue of getting bridging between the chains. You won't have to use like a wormhole solution or anything. So that'll be going live very shortly. And once that does go live, we should see the prices kind of balance out. As well as with the tokenomics, the spawn tokens, there'll be added liquidity each month for the remainder of the unlocks.
And let's go into that. You've just touched on your wallet, which is super important. Coming into bringing in traditional gamers, bringing in people that don't understand crypto. So how is that going to work at the start for people that are new to crypto?
Yeah, so people that aren't used to crypto, they can play the events for free. We've disabled in the short term our fiat on ramps with Stripe and PayPal. We're building out another solution to accommodate those initial users. One of our plans is to have essentially a different lander that will be fiat only, but with all the tutorials and educational information to onboard to blockchain and crypto, as well as the links to get the process started. But we are adding USDC support to Bitspawn GG, and that will allow players to, if they don't want to use the spawn and they want to use something that they're more familiar with, like a US dollar, they can do that. And with Circle and USDC, there is Stripe integrations and different things we can make the fiat experience, but still using USDC for users.
And I don't really understand the challenges that Americans have, obviously, with earning currencies and coins and stuff being traded as securities. Do you have much drama with that for onboarding traditional gamers?
So we have encountered a lot of different leagues that want to use our platform within North America, mainly Canada and the US. And one of their concerns is the crypto aspect, but we've been able to circumvent that with both game developers and some of the leagues by limiting the prize pools to a certain amount for the events. So I think anything under $1,000 meets regulatory requirements
Oh,
for
cool.
even crypto within the US and Canada. But yeah, a lot of the leagues have been exploring the acceptance of USDC, and that's one of the reasons why we're adding it, is because a lot of the game developers and leagues in the US that aren't familiar with crypto can understand and grasp USDC, as well as understand that it's a regulated stable coin within the United States. So it's compliant in all aspects there.
Yeah, it's very funny getting into it. USDT, USDC, and I guess that's probably one of the simplest ways for them to be able to understand the basis of crypto being hard backed 1-to-1 is a nice
Yeah.
kind of safety feature for them.
Yeah, so there is a bit of a learning curve, but even some of the bigger game publishers and game devs that we've been talking to and working with, they're open to using events for crypto. Like for example, our Apex Legends events now, we have constant events for Apex Legends with a relationship where we have access to their APIs and do a custom integration there, and they've given us the thumbs up to use spawn tokens for those events, which has been great for us.
And with some of these mainstream events, your Apex Legends, your CS:GO, and that, do you guys have big mainstream streamers that are already in the system, already in the games, and that they're helping you with onboarding new people?
We don't have any, say, A tier influencers, but that's one of our priorities on the marketing front for the end of this year and beginning of next year, is to onboard streamers for some of the top traditional games, such as Call of Duty, Apex Legends, Halo, CS:GO, those types of first-person shooters, as well as FIFA. We're talking with a few different FIFA streamers at the moment through one of our partnered leagues, Virtual Pro Network, to onboard them to our platform.
Yeah, it's a funny thing, the football, soccer it's very supported by your European nation. I mean, I'm a West Australian, so it's
Yeah.
not big for me, but I definitely see, it's one of the world's biggest, most spent money, in your English Premier League and all that kind of stuff. So there's a few games starting to come out. There was one Sybil and another one, is it Monkey Ball? That's Solana.
Yep.
Yeah, so have you guys followed any of the highlighter sports like that are coming on to Solana, or you just kind of waiting? Either they try to approach you, or how does that work with taking on new partners?
At the moment, we're waiting for some of our new features to deploy, such as the USDC compatibility, as well as the NFT marketplace is going to be huge, and it's going to be a big point for going into some of these partnerships with games to provide real value. At the moment, we're mostly focused on tournaments, and that's what we can more or less provide. But as we get more heavy into the blockchain NFT gaming side, will provide a lot more value and utility to partners to come on board into our ecosystem. But right now, again, we're transitioning from that focus of the initial esports mainstream video games into the new Web3 gaming space.
Yeah, it's all super exciting. Like I spent last night playing League of Legends. I just need a game. Like I'm so desperate to get a Solana blockchain game. It's
Yeah.
you're seeing all these ones on Ethereum and even Binance and all that kind of stuff, and I'm trying to stick it out and wait for things, and that's what I was hoping Cryo, we might see something this month. But we'll find out Wednesday night, I guess, from them what they're looking like. Um, yeah, it's super exciting. So, with your medium term roadmap, you're looking at onboarding your NFTs, your marketplace, and what else kind of happens in there? Nutting out a lot more competitions, tournaments.
Yeah, so we're adding support for new games. So we're adding support right now for Call of Duty Vanguard, the new one that just released, Battlefield 2042, which came out, and we're looking to onboard some communities there that are going to be heavy into their portal experience, which is a very customizable um, server experience within Battlefield. And as Bitspawn, we're more so transitioning from strictly esports and competitive to more social gaming and social experiences that you can monetize. So it doesn't just necessarily have to be hardcore players. You can just be a casual player and still earn money that way. But yeah, games like Call of Duty Vanguard, Battlefield 2042, and Halo Infinite are on our roadmap and for the end of the year to get integrated, and we're pretty excited with that. We're going to be overhauling the main experience for the web app. So the homepage and everything is going to get a huge overhaul, as well as integrating an updated player profile that in the beginning of 2022 we'll have staking features and gamification enabled, so that players can do more than just participate in tournaments and events.
Oh, so it's a good way to be able to do a bit of DeFi at the same time with your spawn
Yeah,
tokens.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we want to bring that experience that you get on desktop over to mobile. So we're looking at developing dedicated mobile app for both iOS and Android for 2022. And apart from that, also the decentralized wallet aspect, we want users to be able to directly connect their Solana wallets to the app and not have to use dedicated platform wallets if they don't want to. So decentralized wallet integration is going to happen as well as beginning of next year.
Yes, we're coming up to the Christmas break now. Does that mean you guys don't get any holidays yourself? You've got to try and get everyone going for the festive season, gaming tournaments. Have you got anything sort of planned over that period?
Yeah, we have some events around the holidays for FIFA, Halo, Apex Legends, and Call of Duty plans. So stay tuned for those. Should be exciting, as well as getting some streamers and influencers involved. But yeah, the core team is going to be working through the holiday season to hit our roadmap and make sure we have all these sweet updates for the community to sink their teeth into.
And are you guys still doing your Friday night Warzone events for your calls, your team calls?
Those have kind of cooled off. We've actually switched to a new game. We've switched to Age of Empires recently as a team bonding thing. It's a good strategy game, so
Are we
it requires
talking
a lot of
the
thinking.
old one, the old Age Empires?
The new one, it just released a couple weeks ago.
I think that's Age Empires 5 or something, is it?
Age of Empires 4, yeah.
Oh, 4. Yeah, so that's going to be something that's going to come on. You guys are planning on putting that on as well, then, are you?
Yeah, yeah. We want to expand out from just FPS support, FPS and MOBA type games to RTS. RTS has been kind of a dying genre, but AoE 4 is a good addition to the genre.
Yeah, I'm interested. I mean, I grew up on Age of Empires 1 and 2, so I actually saw that advertised and thought that, yeah, I might have to give that a go. I'm still waiting for a Solana game.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good game, and if you have Xbox Pass, it's free. It's a free game.
So then, for people playing that on Xbox, can they verse other people that are playing on computer?
I'm not sure if it's crossplay. I know if you have Xbox Pass on PC, you can play it on PC, but I'm not sure if there's crossplay to console.
I guess I'll have to have a look at that. I just got a brand new laptop yesterday, so I've got to work that out. But cool, cool. So what's the 2022 roadmap looking outside of your next events and your few things there? What's your long term play for Bitspawn?
Yeah, so long-term play, to wrap up this year with the initial NFT collection that we want to launch, as well as the updates to some of the new games and inclusion of influencers. We really want to focus on the GameFi aspect for 2022, and as well as optimize the experience for mobile. So the three big things you can expect for 2022 is optimization for mobile, gamification, GameFi, and staking enabled for multiple games across the ecosystem, as well as our dedicated gaming NFT marketplace. Those are going to be the three big things to watch out for. And with those additions, we'll be able to kind of fully integrate into Solana gaming and provide a benefit to every game out there within Solana.
We've only got about 10 people in crowd, so it is quite low, but we've got some pretty awesome spawn tokens available for prizes. So I love being able to have these events bring these big ticket guests to
Yeah.
stage. So if we've got anyone in the crowd there that is playing anything, CS:GO, Warzone, FIFA, and you've got some kind of question, please put your hand up. Definitely keen to bring you on stage. And you can use either of the live questions or Bitspawn AMA channel as well. So, from you personally, Eric, are you keeping your eyes on other projects around the Solana ecosystem? Obviously, we had a bit of a delay in Star Atlas mentioned in the last town hall. Do you guys watch the big ticket ones like that and Aurora and all of that kind of stuff?
Um, we're not so much focused right now on the metaverse type games, just Star Atlas. We like the Cryowar style games, which are a PvP, PvE experience. Um, more of, I don't want to say simple because that's not the right word, but games that aren't necessarily going to have a 5-year development roadmap to really hit the market
Yep, yep.
and be integrated into ecosystem. Because our protocol is really about enhancing the experience of games through different mechanisms of gamification. So for us, we look at the more simple style games that have a PvP aspect or some kind of social gaming aspect and integrate those. So um, once more come into the picture, we'll definitely announce them. But yeah, that's kind of our thinking and our philosophy around who and what in the short term what we want to integrate into Bitspawn.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Cryowar being a three versus three game,
Yeah.
and can be highly competitive with a small team. And yeah, hopefully we are getting the gameplay very soon. So I'll put a link. Actually, it was super interesting. You've seen the link, sorry, the launch on Solanium for Cryowar, the Sea War token listed at like under 3 cents, I think, sitting at about
Yeah.
$1.90 at the moment.
Yeah, listed on KuCoin, and then it did like a 75x or something like that. It's crazy. So yeah, Solana Gaming is definitely huge, and with the announcement of that $100 million fund as well, the space is has a lot of incentive to grow.
I did see there is someone typing away a question here, but I'll just link out a couple of things for people to see on some of these. I'm talking about the Cryowar coins was pretty amazing. I haven't managed to get any myself. I didn't get any tickets in Selenium.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Right, so we've got a question here from Snook. Are there any plans of integrating some sort of streaming features for spectators? Think along the lines of Twitch.
Yes, yes. We have that being built out onto our front end roadmap for next year. So you'll be able to embed your Twitch streams as well as we're looking at creating a Bitspawn widget for Twitch, YouTube gaming, Facebook gaming, in which you can actually tip spawn tokens to people and interact that way. So a streaming element is coming. Streaming isn't our core focus as a platform and protocol, but it's something that the community has spoken about uh, a lot, and we've listened, and we're gonna start integrating streaming type features in 2022.
I guess that's one of the most popular things. I mean, I still watch every night before I go to bed. I don't play a lot of League of Legends, but I still every night before I go to bed watch a couple of streamers. It's one of those perfect ways. Even when you're not playing the game, at least you want to be watching a little bit of that gameplay.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Content is king. I mean, streaming is definitely taking the world by storm, the gaming world by storm. It's people even watch video games more than they play them these days. So it's very entertaining. I do it too. I watch a lot of content creators.
Yeah, you're seeing grow with them, and it is super awesome. There is a couple of people tapping away still. Is there anything I haven't touched on, Eric? There's probably a lot that I haven't touched on, but it's been 6 weeks. You guys have been building a shitload more by the sounds of it. Is there anything else you'd like to go over?
Um, Not too much. I mean, apart from the things we spoke about, there's some of the matchmaking and analytics tools that will actually be rolling out as well here, end of this year and beginning of next year, to kind of give the competitive players a bit more to do sink their teeth into in terms of quantifying their experience within the platform. So we'll have an ELO based ranking system as well as a matchmaking system that we're working on. And people have also spoken about anti-cheat, and that's something else we're looking to do, is just a decentralized dispute resolution system where you actually use spawn tokens to resolve disputes within events and tournaments. And it is going to involve the community, and it'll give people something to do
Oh,
outside of competing.
is that where I've read for you guys? You're going to be using real life people to potentially watch games and do dispute resolution.
Yes, yes, and their incentive is through spawn tokens.
So are they going to need to hold a certain amount of spawn themselves? So think of it like a membership. At Grape we have membership competitions here, A, B, and
Yeah,
C. So they'll need to have a certain level of spawn, and that would be one of their benefits if they want to be a judge or adjudicator. They can
yeah,
apply for
correct.
that.
So with our staking system coming out in 2022, that'll be part of it. So it's a membership aspect where you'll be based on your contribution of spawn in your wallet, you can assign yourself a role within the ecosystem, whether it be a referee, a moderator, team organizer, event organizer, things like that. You'll be able to assign roles and gain access to special features as well as access to, say, events or and things like that.
That's a really cool option. I like that. That is super cool. That's going to give people a chance to be able to not only just be spectators, but then potentially earn a living as online referees. That's really cool. We do have a question here from Sausage Super Grape. He says he's new to Bitspawn, but a big FIFA fan. Do you guys plan on doing a large tournament like a World Cup style event?
Yes, yes, we do. So Nico, our head of gaming and product, He co-owns a giant FIFA league North and South America, and we're onboarding that league for the end of this year, beginning of next year, to run a major essentially a World Series of soccer. So stay tuned for that. Nico will be able to give more community announcements in the future when that is all sorted.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Like we obviously for people that aren't aware, we tried to run an event. We did run an event. It was last week, and we had 20 people sign up from Grape, but it was unfortunate. There was only three turned up to the event. And they got 5,000 Grape each for playing. So it's a lot of people saying that they're super excited to get in, but of course platforms and turning up events for a World Cup event, that would be something like you'd have to play that over multiple days, would you not?
Yeah, yeah. So it'd be a league bracket, or sorry, a round robin style system where you'd have multiple matches over days or weeks. But yeah, that's one of the kind of the bottlenecks we've realized with tournaments is people have it's a finite date on a specific date and time that people have to show up for, and there's always conflicts in daily life schedules. So for an online experience, it's for some events it can be hard to get people. So that's why on our challenges side with Apex and among other things, we're looking to create ladder systems and leaderboards long term, essentially leagues month to month, where people can just climb leaderboards and participate at their will, rather than just participate in, let's say, a 2 hour window for a tournament. People can engage that way. And for example, Great Protocol could run a month long ladder event, leaderboard event for that type of game.
Yeah, it's definitely something I've seen. I do streams at different times on a Friday night as well. So an Australian Friday night, and I notice that sometimes we get between 40 and 50 people, but then you go and watch some of these AMAs on individual Discords, and they're getting 100. At 12 hours different because obviously they're good for the American and the
Yeah.
Canadian times. It's certainly a space that is growing. And look, I'm super excited to be a part of it and have a chance to watch these things grow out. I guess I'll leave the floor open for you, Eric, to give us what makes Bitspawn. Why should people be looking at you guys to join up?
Pardon? Uh, I think it cut out there.
I guess this is. I'll just leave the floor open to you for any closing thoughts. What makes Bitspawn unique? And you've got one of the best Solana games coming. You're building a great sounding looking marketplace. I love the idea of the human judges, so to speak. That is awesome. I'm not sure whether I read that on your platform or I had seen that before, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's part of our initial white paper. We put it out of the way because it is dependent on our staking system to be live. So we haven't talked too much about it yet. But as the beginning of 2022 comes, a lot of these things are going to be put into the forefront as we wrap up our development phase for this year. But yeah, I mean, Bitspawn, we're a GameFi protocol on Solana, and what our main goal is to enhance the gaming projects that are in the ecosystem and provide different ways for players to interact. And we essentially want to be the gaming social network for Solana gaming, and providing different benefits both on the competitive side as well as NFT benefits and interaction for players to monetize their abilities as much as possible.
yeah, playing games, earning coin, earning crypto at the same time sounds fucking awesome to me.
Yeah, yeah, and our big thing is we want to make it as user friendly as possible and passive too, so that you don't have to actively enter these finite windows of events, say tournaments, and earn money. You can do it in a more passive way, play as you want, play and earn as you want, with our staking systems and our leaderboards and ladder systems. So a lot of things coming out for 2022.